Okay, welcome and good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the last one of a series of live webinars organized by Iotti Publishing. And yes, this is the last one for this season. This series of webinars have been organized for all ELT teachers. Okay. My name is Silvia Petrosilo. I'm the marketing manager here in Iotti, and I would just draw your attention just for a few minutes, just to provide you with some technical information about this platform, the platform we are going to use this afternoon, and the session itself. So as usual, we will be recording this session, so no worries for colleagues who couldn't make it for this afternoon. We will soon share the video. In case you have my contact email address or Iotti email address, you can get in touch and I'd be pleased to share the link to this recorded video. Then later on, we will upload the video on our YouTube channel, which is called Iotti Multimedia. So be sure to follow it, okay? Just, you know, just put a like and just follow us, okay? Then what else? Yes, before the end of the session, you have the opportunity to download this presentation in a PDF format, okay? So just follow the handouts box, or if you're following us through the smartphone, there's an icon of a sheet, basically, of a paper sheet. There's this icon. Follow it, open it, and you will find the PDF to download. But the most important thing is to download it before this session ends, okay? Then by tomorrow evening, you will receive the certificate in a PDF format directly in your mailbox. Check in the spam folder too, because I'm afraid sometimes it just go there, okay? But the certificate is for all participants to this session. Then questions and answers. We have a special dedicated moment to questions and answers at the end of our speaker session, where, you know, our speaker, I will introduce him in a second, will ask you, well, if you got any questions. However, should you have any comments, anything you like to share with us, just write down in the chat box. Just a few, you know, technical info, details actually regarding the chat box. You won't be able to see each other's teacher or the other teacher's comments, I'm afraid, with this platform, but I will be monitoring those ones. So write down any comments, any questions also during the session, and I will be happy then to read them aloud afterwards to our speaker. So, and last thing before introducing to our guest star of today, all information about the product we are going to present today and all information about Iotti Publishing is available on iottionline.com, okay? So what we're going to listen to this afternoon, to a session called Music Videos for Grammar. This session is by Paolo Iotti. Paolo Iotti, as you can see, is here, and he's been teaching for more than 25 years, so he's got lots of experience. Also, he has combined his linguistic skills with his specialization of music. He's actually took his degree at the Conservatorio here, the music school here in Italy, a very prestigious one. And he actually composes music for language to various age groups. So composes music for language learning. Okay, so this is, I think, the most interesting thing. He's also author and co-author, of course, of highly successful primary school textbooks. For example, this one, but also many others published, of course, you know, also by Iotti Publishing. And he also holds seminars on methodology and foreign language teaching, both in Italy and abroad, so on an international scale, like this one. So a very big, you know, welcome to Paolo. Thanks, Paolo, for being here today. I'm now happy to give you the floor.
Thank you very much, Silvia, and thank you very much, you know, to all of you for choosing to be here with us today. We're going to talk about grammar today. We're going to talk about videos, as Silvia just mentioned. We will be talking about this particular book, Of course, all the materials that I'm going to use today is from this publication here, but there will be some ideas that you can easily recycle with your students, even if you don't use that book in particular. Of course, the material is from there, but the general idea can be recycled during your everyday teaching. So this is the content of today's presentation. Point one, grammar yes or no, grammar why and how. Over the years, we moved from the first question. I'm old enough to remember that some years ago, grammar yes or no was the main question, was the key point, whereas today we move to grammar yes, why and how, because certainly the answer to the first question is grammar yes, but it depends on the way. But we will explore this point later on. Second point, how grammar is presented in this particular course, in this particular video course, how each unit of this booklet is structured. And point number three, I will share with you some ideas that I find very useful with the teachers I work with, teachers I'm tutoring over here when I teach in the north of Italy. This point number three is a set of easily recyclable information about monitor your grammar teaching and monitoring your teaching in general. And last but not least, point number four, we will be sharing some conclusions, some ideas to end our seminars. And number five, it's not written there, but I find it very relevant to me. Please be ready to ask some questions or to share your ideas, both with me and with the other colleagues connected from all around the world. I've been told there are colleagues from Argentina, from France, and from other countries. So, wow, I'm really looking forward to listening to your comments. And, okay, let's enter the first point now. All of us, teachers of English, because all of us are teachers of English, aren't we, would like our students to do what? To know grammar and be able to apply it naturally, automatically, and instinctively. Something like this. A short exercise that I gave to one of my classes in fourth level. For those who are familiar with the Italian primary school, it's from quarta scuola primaria, fourth level anyway. Students are from 9 years old, basically 9 or 10. Anyway, as you can see here, Rita likes reading, and not like or like to like, except likes reading science fiction books. She loves science, and when she grows up, she wants to be a computer scientist. She wants to be a computer scientist. As you can see in this very short paragraph, there are some demanding grammar areas that I'm very pleased to tell you that following this kind of procedure that I'm going to share with you today, the majority of my students absorbed this kind of rules in a natural way, in automatic way, in instinctively manner. So here is, how we can help our students to absorb grammatical accuracy in this natural, automatic, and instinctive way. Because as I said at the beginning, grammar, today we have to focus our attention on how we teach grammar. But before moving to how, let's focus our attention on why we need to teach grammar. Well, I said a minute ago that I'm old enough to remember that in the 90s or 20 years ago, there were some course books or some teachers who were completely against introducing grammar in primary school because they thought that grammar was against a communicative approach. I have changed my mind over the years, and I'm pleased to say it. If you read something that maybe I wrote 20 years ago, I'm writing different things today because my experience helped me to develop new ideas. And I mean, no point in changing ideas if this kind of changing ideas is the result of a process of learning and teaching. These are, in my opinion, some ways why I find it very relevant to teach grammar these days, because grammar helps my students, and I'm sure your students, to boost their confidence, because knowing grammar rule can boost young learners' confidence when speaking and writing in English. This can help to increase their motivation to continue learning the language, and let me add, to continue learning languages in general, because if they enter a grammar structure and if they study 2, 3 foreign languages, as they do in the Italian system these days, well, yes, comparing the grammar can help some of them to develop their logical abilities. Point number 2, why is grammar so relevant? Because it helps to improve communication skills. Grammar forms the backbone of a language and helps individuals to effectively communicate their thoughts and their ideas. By introducing grammar step by step, you can help young learners to express themselves more accurately and effectively in English. And it helps to develop their vocabulary, to increase their vocabulary, because grammar and vocabulary are closely connected, and understanding grammar rules can help young learners to expand their vocabulary. Now, the point, having said something about how grammar is so relevant, let us move on some ideas on, why it's so relevant. Let us share some ideas on how to share it. Now, as I said, this is the course, the material, the book I'm presenting today. This is the result of my activity with primary schools in grade 4 and grade 5 over the last 2 or 3 years. I find that teaching grammar needs to be done in a way that can be enjoyable for my students and for myself as a teacher, first of all. Because if I'm happy to teach, I can project my enthusiasm over my students. And this is something that we can never, never, never forget. And in my experience, yes, teaching the verb to be, for instance, is not that easy. So here is a song for you on how to teach the present, simple present of the verb to be. We're going to listen to many songs today. First of all, I do apologize if the quality of the sound is not that good, but working on this platform and on the internet, sometimes the sounds are not very good. And you will read the lyrics anyway on the video, and we will not listen every song from the very beginning to the very end. But with this one in particular, yes, I'd like to share the whole song with you, and so that you can see how the grammar is presented in this song. And the song is structured in a way that you can instinctively join in while listening. The repetition of notes and patterns and rhythms has been carefully selected to make the learning of the song immediate and instinctively. If you find the notes are not suitable for your range as adults, maybe the notes of the song are too high for you or are too low for you, don't worry, the notes have been selected to match the range of students aged 9, 10, 11. Okay, ready? And see if you find it familiar and if you find it easy to join in. Let us sing a little bit the verb to be. In this song, you will find the verb to be, the present tense of the verb to be, presented in both the long form and the short form. Please write in your comment if the quality of the music and the video is nearly acceptable. Thank you. Enjoy the music and please join in. Sing with us. Sing with us.
I am very happy. You are happy too. He is great. She is fantastic. It is a lovely day. We are amazing. You are marvelous. They are wonderful. Come on, let's dance. Come on, let's I'm happy. You're happy too. He's great. She's fantastic. It's a lovely day. We're amazing. You're marvelous. Wonderful. Come on, let's dance. Come on, let's go. You are, you. He is, he's. She is, she's. It is, it's. We are, we're. You are, you're. They are, they're.
And this was the first song. Question 1, was it nearly okay, the quality of the video and the sound? Please, if you could write it on the chat so that Sylvia can tell me your answers, because I can't read the chat actually. Sylvia, do you get some answers?
Yes,
If the
yes,
quality...
I do. Quality is good. They said yes, yes, we can hear very well. I can watch very well. I also got a comment, if I can share it with you.
Please do. Yes, please do.
I've got a comment from Agnes. Pardon me if I don't pronounce it very well. So he's saying that she's been using "Here Comes the Sun" by the Beatles as a welcome spring song, which is a beautiful song, by the way.
Oh yes, oh yes.
And she put several words out of order. Then, you know, ask the pupils to put them in order to, like, you know, make up a sentence. And she said it goes down very, very well. So it's a very good tip, I think.
Oh yes, thank you for sharing this tip with us. Thank you for sharing it. Thank you very much indeed. Yes, there are thousands and thousands of songs available around. These songs in particular have been carefully selected, carefully written for students, but of course, feel free, as I said at the beginning, to share and recycle some of the ideas that I'm using with this set of songs with some other songs, of course, that you can find around. Let's go back to this song for a second. Did you see that the same music has been used to present "I am very happy" and "I'm very happy," and at the end of the song, "I am, I'm." I'd like you to imagine my students, and I hope maybe in the future your students too, during break time, projecting this song on the video in the class and dancing and inventing their own choreographies and show them to the other classes. In this way, they absorb "I am, I'm, you are, and they don't even realize at the end of the days that they've been studying grammar, because their aim was on creating choreography or singing or dancing along with the music. And using their own bodies is an incredibly powerful tool. So yes, if you use this kind of material, think of all the possibilities that we can add to the song itself only. And here is a set of topics covered with this particular product. We have a song about the alphabet, as you can see, a song about numbers from 1 to 100, a song about articles, and the vocabulary is about wild animals, and then the song we've just heard to be describing descriptive adjectives, verb to be affirmative and negative form, verb to be interrogative and short answer. This is song number 5. Plural form, regular, plural, irregular, plural. Ah, yes, of course. The computer says that we've just covered the affirmative and negative song, and in a minute we're going to cover the interrogative form of to be, so that you have an idea, a general idea of how the verb to be can be introduced using songs and videos. And other topics, plural form part 2, so irregular plurals, 1 knife, 2 knives, and the verb I have, both affirmative and negative form. I've got interrogative and short answer, present simple emphasizing the S on the third person, would like, do you like, would you like, the difference between do you like and would you like, usage of can, and the present continuous. And as you can see, the topics are connected with many course books: free time activities, clothing, reading, food, traveling, countries, sport, free time activities. So it's quite easy to match this kind of songs with your own course book, no matter what it is. Let's move to another song now. Let's get ready for another song. And this is the verb to be, interrogative form, and short answer. If we were in class together before singing, of course, I'd like to introduce you to the word that we'll be using in the song, used in the song. And so, of course, here are some pictures and a sentence to find out, a secret message, a hidden message to find out. And of course, you have some words there to match with the pictures. We have angry, bored, tired, left out, so excluded, and unhappy. And of course, the words are, of course, bored. And what's the second? I wish we were in the same room at the moment. I'd like to play with you all with these pictures and with the sentence that needs to come out at the end of the page, but we can do it very easily now, very quickly. Bored, tired, angry. And the next one is, I can hear your voice. The next one is, yes, that's right, unhappy. And the last one is, of course, say it in a loud voice. Very good, left out. And of course, the hidden sentence is, ta-da-da, yes, I can hear your voice. I wish I could hear your voice actually live. And of course, it's let's have a party. Let's have a party, because let's have a party is the title of the next song. And if you want to join in, please feel free to do so. Come to my party. And again, verb to be, interrogative and short form answers. Music, video.
Hello everybody. What do you think of my party? Are you having a good time? No? Are you bored? Yes, I am. Are you tired? Yes, I am. Is Lisa angry? Yes, she is. Is Tom unhappy? Yes, he is. Look at Sarah and Peter. Are they left out? Yes, they are. Yes, they are. What's wrong with my party? Please don't go away. We're just joking. We're kidding. We love your party. Are you happy? Yes, we are. Are you bored? No, I'm not. Are you tired? No, I'm not. Is Lisa angry? No, she isn't. Is someone happy? No, he isn't. Look at Sarah and Peter. Are they left out? No, they aren't. No, they aren't. Let's sing and dance. It's going to be great fun. Let's sing and dance. The boys and girls will really have fun.
Hey, were you singing? Were you dancing? Was, someone around you, did they see you dancing and singing? If it happens, they might think that you were, doing something obscure or strange. But what you can say is simply, well, I'm following a seminar, a video for English teachers. As long as you say for teachers of English or for English teachers, people would say, okay, you English teachers, oh, strange people. Yes, because we love singing and dancing and creating catching activities for our students. So yes, we had the chance to explore a little bit the verb to be, both in the interrogative way and short answers in this song, and positive and negative form in the first song. And this is how a page, a unit is presented in this course. There's a page with the kind of exercise that I used at the beginning of the song, then the lyrics to listen and complete, and then a grid with some classical grammar in different colors, of course, a game to play with your students. You introduce the game and then they play the game with each other, and then activities, questions, with becoming more and more complicated during, of course, the unit. So it's 4 pages of exercises, and there are on the teacher's book some ideas on how to use these exercises, and of course the solutions and some tips. Well, my tip with the students I have this year is basically this. This is my English class in Castellarano. If you are familiar with Italy, it's in the north of Italy, between Milan and Bologna, something in between. In Castellarano, we have a room dedicated to English, and when students, basically from 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade in the primary school, when they have English, they enter this class. And in this class in particular, we speak English, 100% English. No matter what they say, this is in English. And in these 2 pictures, they are actually doing these exercises, the one that you've just seen on the screen, these activities. And a possibility that I like doing with my students these days, because I have classes suitable for this kind of activities, is I divide the class into group of 3 or 4 kids, or I let them free to divide the class into groups as they like. Everyone in each group has to complete the page. Every single member of each group has to complete the page within 5, 6, 3, 7 minutes, depending on the exercise, basically 5 or 6 minutes. Each group wins or loses as a group. And this is very relevant, because if in the group there is one person who's not paying attention, the other members of the group are there to support him or her to complete their exercises, because within the time when the phone rings, they have to show me they completed their exercise. This making grammar pages into a group competition, a group activity, helps them, 1, to work as a group, cooperation, active cooperation learning. And this is something I find these days is absolutely vital. Let's use every single opportunity we have to teach active cooperation, to ask them to cooperate in an active way. I think that over the pandemic, some of the students lost this ability. Some of them never learned how to work as a group, this cooperative cooperation learning in class. But when they grow up and they go to work, well, working as a group is relevant, isn't it, these days? I'm sure that all of us, you, me, all of us, needs to develop this ability and to increase it more and more. How to work in group, active cooperation learning is something that we can easily match with our everyday life grammar teaching. And yes, and here is how grammar is presented. Well, staying a little here for a second, if you have some ideas or questions or things that you would like to ask or ideas that you would like to share about how to use grammar pages with your students, please feel free to share them. Drop a line in your chat session, and Sylvia will be reading it for us. And ideas are, you know, I'm rather happy if I can steal some ideas from your experience. Okay, let me just show you how grammar is presented in each structure, because there is another aspect that I haven't covered yet, but I really would like to cover it with you in a minute. Now, point one, of course, vocabulary presentation, as you saw at the beginning, before the song, and then song presentation, listening and interactive singing of the video. I let my students free to dance along with the music, no matter if they are noisy. I know I have to respect the silence or the learning environment of my neighborhood classes, my neighboring teachers, but on the other hand, they have to respect the fact that languages can't be taught if not in an active and an active and interactive way. Point four, summary grid and games, as I've just shown you a minute ago. Here is a grid and a game. Consolidation exercises with visual support and different context. Then new singing along with the video with possible choreography if they want. And this is for pure pleasure for them. For many of them, is a pure pleasure. Is it possible to match a moment of pleasure and a moment of learning? Why not? Who said that learning and pleasure cannot be combined? Who said that teaching and having fun cannot be combined, cannot be, lived at the same time? Here is another picture taken in my English class with my students singing a grammar song that we might listen in a minute if you like. And this is the point I wanted to underline with you. Point 7, reflection on the values conveyed in the lyrics of the song. Now, I think that we are not only teachers, we are educators. We do educate our students. We don't simply pass a linguistic content. We share values with our students. We basically share the values we believe in, both consciously and unconsciously. And that's why I try to imply in every song, the lyrics have some values to convey, some values to project over the student's life. And here, I will show you in a minute an example of a song with values. Okay, let's go now to a song with value. We'll go back to the slides in a minute. Values conveyed in the lyrics. I have 3 examples for you. This is about the verb to have. I have got, I've got. Well, I know that when you speak naturally, you never say, I have got a skateboard. You tend to say, I've got a skateboard. But from a grammatical point of view, helping the students to be aware that I've got is in fact the abbreviation of I have got can be very useful when it comes to teaching the interrogative form. I've got a skateboard. You have got a bike. He has got a video game. She has got a skipping rope. We have got a board game. You've got a scooter. They've got a ball to go out and play. And this is the grammar section. But remember, if you want to feel great, no more objects. Wait, you need more than toys. meet some girls and boys. And on this refrain, you can base some values conversation. Why is it so important to meet boys and girls? Why is it so important to share your emotions with boys and girls, as the song says, and do not focus your attention on objects that you have. Objects in general can be a skateboard, a skipping rope, or a board game, or a pair of jeans, or a trendy jacket, or a wonderful t-shirt or whatever. But remember, if you want to feel great, no more objects wait. You need more than toys. Meet some girls and boys. Now, let me share with you this song, at least a little bit of it, so that you can listen to what I exactly mean by this. Feel free to sing, please, to join in with the song. And feel free to dance.
I have got a skateboard. You have got a bike. He has got a video game. She has got a skipping rope.
Easy.
He has got a board game.
Come on.
You have got a scooter. They have got a ball to go out and play. But remember, if you want to feel great, no more objects wait. You need more than toys. Need some girls and boys.
Sing along with me.
But remember, if you want to feel great, no more objects wait. You need more than toys. Need some girls and boys.
I have got in the first part. I've got in the second part. You've got. He's got. So this is the form that students will actually use in their everyday language. Sing along. I'm sure you've picked up the tune. I'm sure you've picked it up. Come on, sing along.
You got a scooter. They got a ball.
And here comes the refrain value. Sing along with me.
But remember, if you want to feel great, no more objects wait. You need more than toys. Need some girls and boys.
Again.
But remember, if you want to feel great, no more objects wait. You need more than toys. Need some girls and boys.
Okay, this was the one connected to, but remember, if you want to feel great, no more objects and meet people, more important. Other values that we can convey. Have you got a new t-shirt? Have you got a fancy sweater? Yes, I have. No, I haven't. In my classes, students sometimes in 4th and 5th grade, when they are allowed not to wear the school uniforms, they look at the way other people, wear their new t-shirts or new fancy sweaters or lovely boots, trendy jackets, and so on. Have a look at the refrain. I've got a lot of friends. We play together. Trends come and go. True friends are forever. So yes, with this kind of song, we teach grammar, and this is relevant. But we also project values to our students, and we certainly help them to develop something that it might remain in their life in the midterm and in the long term. And here is another example. When you have a new friend coming and for the first time in the school, new school, what's your name? Would you like to play with me? Come and join us. What do you say? Come and join us. Would you like to play with us? Inviting people, being aware that someone is left out, again, is something that we can add to our grammar teaching. Okay, here are some songs that we might sing together a little bit, not all of the song, but let's have a hint of the "Have You Got a New T-Shirt" song with this refrain: I've got a lot of friends, we play together, trends come and go, true friends are forever. Okay, and as I said, the music is so instinctively written that you will certainly join in before the song ends. Sing along with me.
Have you got a new t-shirt? Have you got a fancy sweater? Yes, I have. No, I haven't. Have you got lovely new boots? Have you got a trendy jacket? Yes, I have. No, I haven't. Have you got beautiful haircut? Have you got elegant jeans? Have you got a pretty hat? Yes, I have. No, I haven't.
And of course, here there's a repetition so that students can absorb it in a better way. And here comes the refrain.
Yes, I have. No, I haven't. No new t-shirts.
No beautiful trainers.
Jeans.
So, what have you got?
Main question, what have you got?
I've got a lot of friends. We play together. Friends come and go. True friends are forever. I've got a lot of friends. We play together. Friends come and go. True friends are forever.
Etc., etc. Okay. Let us move very quickly to, well, we've got time. Well, yes, I want to give you some moments for questions. So, one song. Okay. I'm singing and dancing. Here is the present continuous. Aliens. Well, this song is about aliens. I was going to give you more hints, but no. Have a look and you will find out why alien decided to visit our planet.
I'm singing and dancing. You're dancing too. He's playing the piano. She's playing the blues.
Repetition. I'm singing and dancing. You are dancing. He's, she's. Introducing the present continuous.
He's playing the piano. She's playing the blues. Listen, it's a spaceship. It's landing here.
Can't we sing and dance with you?
Of course. singing and dancing. Dancing too. We're wearing blue jeans, and so are you.
Yes, aliens decided to visit our planet because they want dance, disco music, and they want to wear jeans. This is the reason. Aliens, disco music, and jeans. And once they've got them, listen.
Look, they're taking off. They're leaving. Please, come back one day. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
And so you know why aliens one day decided to come over. Very quickly, in my experience, in every single grammar lesson, we should include at least one of these 5 aspects: cooperative moments, challenging moments, relevant from my students' point of view, authentic material, and personalizing usage of the language to share experience, feelings, and opinion. Because every song, every grammar page is an excuse to share their opinions about values, for instance, in a circle time. And I normally, I can either sit in a circle or I stand behind them to whisper them in English what they need to say if they don't know a certain word or if they can't complete a certain sentence in a more correct way. Basically, this is what I wanted to share with you. My last piece of advice for you is to monitor your grammar teaching, no matter if you use my grammar course book or whatever you use. But please think of these 5 questions. How many minutes per lesson do you teach frontal lesson, traditional lesson, where you teach and students listen? Please, the older they become, the shorter this part needs to be. How many minutes per lesson do you expose your students to authentic English? Internet is an incredibly powerful tool. How many minutes per lesson do your students work in pairs or work in group, or your students practice their English? Now, in my experience as a tutor, in my tutoring sessions for students and for other teachers, or for students who are practicing to get a qualification to become teachers of English, these 5 questions are vital, because many of the students think that they expose their students to a lot of authentic English, but it isn't the case. That they let their students to practice their English in pairs or in group, but maybe they do it for a short amount of time. No matter if they are noisy, please let them work in pair, let them work in group, let them practice their English. And in 2 minutes, some conclusion. In audiovisual grammar lessons, students are exposed to grammar rules and samples through a combination of visual aids, pictures, animations, videos, auditory aids such as songs, music, and stories. This approach allows students to access the material in a multiple ways, which can help them to increase their engagement and deepen their understanding of the grammar rule. And additionally, audio-visual lesson can help them to make grammar lessons more fun and enjoyable for students. This kind of material and this kind of approach can create a more dynamic and entertaining learning environment, which can increase students' motivation and, to me, and that maybe for you as well, my teaching motivation. Well, at the end of the day, what I find very relevant is the couple of lines in red. I enjoy teaching this way, and my secret, it is not a secret, of course, my aim is to project my enthusiasm over my students. I'm not very good at drawing, so I cannot use my drawing abilities to project my enthusiasm over my students. If you are, what I said today about music, recycle everything about it and recycle and think about drawing or art or whatever you want, as long as you can project your enthusiasm over your students. Now, it's nearly, well, it's about 10 to 6 local time. So Sylvia, I think it's time for me to stop in here, and it's on to you now, Sylvia, if you want, or it's on to you, my dear colleagues from all around the world, to ask questions or give me your feedback or comments or whatever you want to say and share with the other panel of colleagues that are connected with us today, this afternoon in Italy or morning maybe in Argentina or in other parts of the world. On to you, Sylvia.
Thank you so much, Paolo. It has been a very interesting, lively, definitely session. I just wanted to underline the fact that all the songs you have listened to have been written by Paolo. The music and the lyrics as well. So I think keeping an eye on the teaching approach and a didactic approach, and I think this is very important to underline, I have to say.
Well,
so
I have the, I'm lucky because I have my own recording studio, which is the room where I'm talking now. So it's easy, of course, having your own recording studio. You can create your own music if you like, but I'm pleased to share with my colleagues, of course.
Great. No, but it's definitely an important feature aspect, because I by looking at some comments, by reading at some comments, I saw some teachers underlining the fact that songs may enhance, encourage, collaborative aspects as well, especially after the COVID, the pandemic situation. We probably need all this in attitude, especially in primary schools. And also there was a comment about the fact that these songs are also engaging and linked to some topics linked to the, like culture and aspects of, everyday life. So something linked to English culture or culture of the kids in general. So which gives like a complete, lesson, let's say. So thank you for this useful and nice comment. So I've got a question. Shall I go on? Yeah.
Please do. Yes.
Okay. So pardon me. I'm just looking at the bigger monitor. So
Okay.
how authentic can material be if songs are designed for the purpose of teaching?
Well, it can be very authentic in this terms. When you have a sentence in English, of course, the sentence has their own stress and intonation. Now, the rhythm of the song, the main accent of every musical bar, if we can talk musical terms, in these songs, every accent of the sentence is matched with the accent of the music, so that the pronunciation and stress and intonation that students pick up is the real stress and real intonation of everyday conversation. And as I said, I wrote the music, I played the instruments, but I did not sing, because I asked English singers to sing along, both kids and adults. So voices are voices of real English kids. So this in this term, this is authentic. And what I find is very authentic is the match of stress and intonation of the spoken sentences and the musical sentences. In other words, I write the lyrics first, and then I write the music to match the natural fluency of the language.
Thank you. Actually, the same teacher is adding a comment by saying that, on the other hand, the truly authentic material most of the time contains too demanding, challenging vocabulary and expression. So something in the middle is usually like the perfect combination, I guess. I do agree.
I do agree with this teacher, yes.
Okay, then we have another question by Chris. Sorry, I can't pronounce his name, pardon me. So you will support the idea, Paolo, of singing in groups. For example, different lines are sung by different students, correct? Would you agree? Would you suggest this way of using music in classroom?
Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. If if you have some students singing and some other students listening to some of them singing, this is very useful. It really depends on the song or on the atmosphere you have in class. But asking, let us say, one part of the students can sing the first stanza, the first part, and another part can sing another stanza or another verse, and all together can sing the refrain. Or another approach can be that half of the class or some of the children can sing and the other can listen to them and vote them if they had a good or a bad performance. If the class is not too competitive, this approach can be possible.
Thank you.
Children can both sing and listen.
Okay, another question. So how do you deal with students who do not want to sing or just don't like singing?
Ah, well, oh yes, of course. Okay, let us make it more psychological or more anthropological, you see. Singing is sharing your own voice with others. And from an anthropological, from a psychological point of view, singing together is sharing your own voice to someone else. So when I share my voice, I share something personal, something very profound. If a students prefer not to sing, no problem. If they prefer to listen to their friends singing, no problem. If they don't feel free to sing, it means they don't feel free to share their psychological identity to the rest of the class. In my experience, it's a question of time most of the time. Some kids who say, I don't want to sing now, slowly get involved and singing little by little. So step by step and take it easy.
Maybe they can dance, maybe they prefer dancing instead of singing.
Yes, but because singing is sharing your voice, I cannot force my students to share a part of their personality if they don't want to share it. It's a question of respect. If I force them to sing, they might hate it, maybe. If I let them free to join in whenever they want, most of the time they do join in. And if I look at them and if they realize that I know they are joining, they are taking part of the song, I have to stop looking at them, otherwise they can feel intimidated by my being aware that they changed their mind. If that's too strange, I can go back to my point. But yes, you need a lot of freedom. Let them, your students, our students, free to join in whenever they want.
Thank you. And last question. So what if the problem is with the teacher? I mean, not the problem, but if the teacher is a little bit out of tune, or she can't, or he can't sing, what, if she or he uses songs, can he or she teach songs in the wrong way? That is there this risk?
No, not at all. As long as you use material carefully selected for children, no, there's no use. Actually, when you said students who are not teachers who are not good at, not good at singing, I was immediately thinking of my way of drawing. Now, the fact is, I draw so badly that my students think that I draw badly on purpose, but I'm very, very bad at drawing. And this is why I force myself to include drawings and visual materials in my teaching. If, likewise, if I'm not good at singing, I have to force myself to include songs and auditory material, because we unconsciously tend to exclude the kind of material we're not familiar with. Yesterday, I entered a class and they were evaluating some pictures for a project devised by the town hall, the municipality of Castellarano, to find out a picture of a person on a bicycle, and this picture needs to go on the driving license for kids that they gain after a course with the local police. As they all were voting for their pictures, they asked me to draw a person on a bicycle, and this was my picture. This is a person on a bicycle. Can you see it? Yes?
Yes, we can.
It's rather horrible, yes? Okay. As you can see, it's a person on a bike and there's a dog. Okay. And of course, being as good as this drawing, I buy a lot of colored books and I ask my colleagues to provide me with some visual material, because with students that are visual, if I don't include it, and subconsciously I tend to exclude visual material, I'm the worst teacher in the galaxy, in the universe. So if you are not good at singing, that's why you should use more songs.
Very clear message. Thank you so much, Paolo, for this interesting session.
And as a present for all of the teachers connected, you can have some of my pictures. No.
Okay, so thank you, and thanks to all the teachers who have joined us today. Remember to download the handout. So it's the presentation kindly put together by Paolo in a PDF format for you. So remember to do it now, just before I close this session. Otherwise, just get in touch with me, and all further information available at www.alionline.com, especially regarding this new book, Music Videos for Grammar. Yeah, you can now see the beautiful, here's the teacher's guide and the student's book. Okay, so thank you so much, Paolo. Thank you so much to all our participants.
Thank you, Sylvia, and thank you to all of you, dear colleagues from all around the world. It's a pleasure for me to share my experience with you and to collect some inputs from you. So please write Sylvia, write Ellie Publishing. They will pass me all of your emails, and I can't wait. I want to read them and learn something from your experience. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you all. Bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.